What's the best time to cross from Mexico into the United States after a weekend getaway? Today I'm going to show you my two favorite apps that I use to help plan my trip back. Hi, my name's Don, and welcome to my channel. This last weekend, when I was crossing back from Tijuana, I noticed that I used two apps to help me figure out when the best times to cross were. The apps are both iPhone and Android compatible, and they're here. I'm using a Samsung for this demonstration. One is the official CBP app, which is called Border Wait Times, here on the left. And there's also a border traffic app, which is actually just called Border Traffic. Let's take a look at the CBP app first. So we're going to click into it. What's great about this app is it doesn't just focus on one port of entry. So you do have Canada and Mexico. So let's take a look at Mexico. So you can search for your port here if you know the actual name, or you can scroll up and down. So I'm going to scroll all the way down to the San Ysidro point of entry. And this is all in real time. So you can see the San Ysidro point of entry here. The general lane has 7 lanes open, 110 minutes. Sentri, 11 lanes for 15-minute wait times. And the ready lane with 11 lanes with 55 minutes. If you click onto that port of entry, you can actually see some historical times as well. So the lighter blue line on the bar graph, that's currently where we're at. And if you kind of look towards the future, 6 p.m. all the way down to 9 p.m., you can see that times start to drop off significantly. From here, you can click over to the Sentri lane and see the same data for the Sentri lane. And you can also click over to the ready lane. So for one of my previous videos, I crossed in to the Otay Sentri lane. And I said in that video that I looked at the time difference between the San Ysidro Tijuana port versus the Otay port of entry. And you can see right now, we're at 15 minutes for San Ysidro. We're going to scroll all the way down to Otay. Apparently I need to learn my alphabet. And we see we have a 90-minute wait time for the general lane. And we have about a 25-minute for the Sentri lane and 90 for ready. So it actually wouldn't be beneficial to make the drive from TJ to Otay if you're going to use the Sentri lane. Another cool thing about this app is you can set favorites. So we're going to go back and we're going to click on what I call the hamburger menu here in the upper left and click on favorites. And you can see I actually have a couple of favorites. These are my two most common where I drive across. We're going to click on this hamburger menu one more time. And then we're going to click on plan ahead. And what's cool about this part of the app is this actually helps you plan for the future. So let's say you're planning to travel for Baja Beach Fest, which is coming up in the month of August. So we're going to go ahead and select a port. We're going to do San Ysidro. And where it says select lane, we're going to do passenger because that is for driving across. Select sub lane. Let's pretend we're going to do the ready lane. Month. We're going to do August. And let's say we're going to come back on Monday. So we're going to select the day. We're going to hit Monday and then calculate. Then we're going to scroll here. And you can see have this nice little bar graph that tells you the average crossing times for the ready lane on Mondays in the month of August. And let's say we're going to cross at 8 o'clock. You can see we're at a 90-minute wait. Let's say we're going to wait all the way till about 12 noon. We're going to be looking at 105 minutes, so a little over an hour and a half. And this just kind of helps you know how long you can plan on waiting. I do find that these are a little off. So I always add an extra 30 minutes to these times for the ready lane and the general lanes. The Sentri lane is usually pretty accurate, plus or minus 5 minutes. But now let's say we want to check how this would be if we were crossing in Otay instead. because that's just about a 15-minute drive from the TJ crossing. So I'm just going to do a quick look again. We're going to say 9 o'clock. There is an 108-minute wait. So we're going to switch this over to the Otay crossing, which is this one here. Select lane, passenger, sublane, ready, August, Monday. We're going to hit calculate, and then boom. So it looks like it saves us a little bit of time. So not much. So it might not be worth the drive to head all the way out there. But Don, you said 2 apps. What's the need for the second app if the first one gives you so much information already? Well, let's take a look. So we're going to open this border traffic app here. And this app only works for the San Ysidro and Otay crossings, but it offers a cool feature that the other app does not. So we're going to click first to San Ysidro, and then we're going to go ahead and click on the ready lane. And if you notice here, we have a bunch of camera options. And the green line does not mean that it's green, the traffic is clear. That's just kind of what they colored in the ready lane. As you can see, if we switch over to standard, it's purple. Sentri, it's blue. And entering Mexico, it's red. And pedestrian is this orangey color. So let's look back at the ready lane. But what's cool is if you do a pinch to zoom, we can get a better look at the camera numbers. So this number 1 here is actually looking directly at the border. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on number 1. And you can actually see a pretty cool image of the entire border crossing going into the United States from Mexico. So the standard lanes are all the way on the left. And then the ready lanes are sort of the middle lanes. And then the Sentri is all the way over to the right. So what's cool about this app is if you're a frequent traveler back and forth to the United States and Mexico, this will help you know which part of the line to enter. So if we look at camera 5 here, it's actually looking back at the traffic. So what we'll be able to see is sort of the line, but you can actually see on the other side of the bridge that's kind of running parallel to the camera, there is traffic back there, and I will point to it with an arrow. I know by looking at this is not a good spot for me to enter because there's traffic already there. Let's go back to camera 10 and see what that shows us. So camera 10 actually shows us the traffic is flowing fairly quickly. Now let's jump up to camera 7. So camera 7 is actually showing the traffic pretty backed up. You can see it there. Again, I'll point to it with an arrow. And then let's look at camera 9. The traffic is showing that it's flowing fairly quickly. So I know that I can jump in somewhere between camera 7 and 9. What's also cool though, is this will show you entering Mexico. So we're going to look at camera 1. That's the only option. And you can see both freeways feeding into Mexico is actually, it's not terrible. I've seen it worse, but this is probably like an hour wait to get into Mexico from what I'm seeing. And this app actually has times as well. If you click on it, we'll see that this app is saying that it's a 15-minute wait to enter into Mexico. But looking at a live look of this camera, I can tell you that is way off. There's no way that traffic is only waiting 15 minutes. You're way too far back. It's going to take you grab your Snickers, you're going to be there for a while. And that is it, everyone. The apps aren't perfect, but they do have a lot of added benefits to help you plan your trip more effectively and know what's coming. If you did find this video useful, please let me know in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. I also have a lot more videos in the works, like what's my favorite place to eat mariscos in Rosarito, or what type of laws you need to watch out for when crossing the border, and why is there a giant statue of Abraham Lincoln in Tijuana? If any of those videos interest you, please feel free to subscribe so you don't miss them. I appreciate all the feedback I've been getting. My name's Don, and thanks for watching.